2017 is coming to a close. 2018 is coming up, so. Hey guys, it's Samurai Kibiji here, and boy oh boy, 2017 is coming to a close. This year passed by so freaking quick. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas, and if you see something interesting in my glasses glaring, it's because I'm using a ring light for the first time, and I don't know, maybe I'll have to do videos without glasses from now on. That might probably be the better thing to do, but no, I like my glasses. It makes me me. But anyways, yeah guys, hope you had a good Christmas. Let me know anything you guys got in the comments down below. I got a little blade, and this ring light is one of the things that I also got. I want to start using this for videos because it's pretty freaking dope. Anyhow though, today I thought we'd talk about what were my top 10 best movies 2017 or favorites, really favorites. And if you have any down below, let me know in the comments, as well as if you enjoy this, feel free to give it a like. 2017 was a interesting year when it comes to movie making. It was a pretty interesting year. Some good, some bad, a little bit of both, as Peter Quill would say. And I know this year I got a lot more subs on the anime scene, but this is something I've done every year. I believe since 2014, I've done like a top 5, top 10 movies of the year. And I want to keep doing that because I really love movies. And there's a few that I want to give highlights to because, well, Top 10, 2017, what were my favorites? And here we go. And before we get on, just know that, you know, our opinions are gonna differ. That's the thing with this video. Our opinions are gonna be different, and that's totally fine. If you wanna leave disagreements, feel free to do so in the comments, and just know that, you know, this is my opinion, and you can have your opinion, and that's what makes us all human. So what is at number 10 then? At number 10, we got my hands down favorite animation of the year, Coco. Pixar really knocked it out of the park with this one. Like, I freaking love this movie. The big gripe I have with it is that when I watched it, it was really buggered down by this over 20-minute long Frozen short that was for some reason stuck onto the beginning. It was so freaking stupid. But the movie itself, when I think back about it, I really enjoyed it. It had so much heart to it, so much heart and themes about family, and the animation in it is so breathtaking, especially when you first enter the world that the main character is. And I just love stories about family, and that's what this movie did, as well as made a very immersive world and great music, and just, I really enjoyed Coco. It was hands down the best animation of the year. Which unfortunately is saying a lot because there wasn't too many great animations this year. At least not on the, you know, US mainstream scene. At number 9, this was a movie I really debated about putting on this list, but when I think about it, I really loved the movie Split. I really need James McAvoy to get recognized for his performance in this movie. James McAvoy doesn't do a single performance. He takes on so many different personas that he just is immersed. He is all these different personalities, and as well as the girl that he deals with. The girls, yes, but there's a main girl that this movie was a very twisty turny psychological thriller. That's what it was. It wasn't a horror movie, it was a psychological thriller. And then when, you know, I enjoyed the movie alone as it was, but then there's a cherry on top towards the end that I was just like, that was it. You just solidified this as that was good. Now, number 8, we probably got the movie this year that gave me the most feels consistently throughout it, Wonder. Now, Wonder I'm not gonna say is a fantastic film, or so to speak, but just like, you know, Kingsman, but I really resonated in it. It just had so many themes of family and love and seeing inner beauty, which is what I want everybody to do, is see authentic inner beauty. And what, you know, it's not about the outside, it's about the inside. And that's a cheesy message, but the movie does handle it in a way that's so charming. It's not cheesy, it's charming. And I love Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson's performance in this movie. And just the cast of kids too, like all the children in this movie do great. It was a very charming film that I would love to see again, and it made me teary-eyed like 10 times through it. Really good watch that I encourage everybody to see, whether adult, kid, teenager, whatever, because its morals are so impactful. Probably my favorite moral lesson of the year. Now, at number 7, this is the mid-tier. I have my tiers of like the parts of this list, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Boy, was that movie amazing. It definitely wasn't my favorite of the trilogy. If it was on the level of Dawn, it might be like number 4 or higher in this list. Still, War for the Planet of the Apes was a really well written and acted and all the above character study. This was Caesar's like calling card, and Caesar is one of my all-time favorite film characters I've seen on screen, and Andy Serkis kills it. Oh my god, does he kill it in this movie. The title shouldn't be War, maybe it should have been Survival of the Planet of the Apes, because that's the only gripe I really have with the movie. Otherwise, for, you know, ignoring the title, what it is I loved it. It's a story of surviving and, you know, a character study. It's a character study with a lot of drama in it, and I just really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic conclusion to what is now one of my all-time favorite trilogies. Next up, we got the movie that I really, of all the movies on this list, this was the one I had no idea where I was gonna put it, but I'm putting it at number 6, Blade Runner 2049. Of all the movies on this list, this is the one that I feel like as I let it simmer in me more, the more I like it. And at first I came out of it just really liking it. I thought it was a really masterfully made movie, like film. But then as time goes on and I think about it, I just really resonate with it. It's a really damn good movie. Ryan Gosling is a really interesting protagonist to me anyways in it, and it's a very slow-paced movie, but it honors the original. This is a movie that didn't try to launch a franchise or anything like that. It was just another story in the Blade Runner universe that had to be told, and it's told really well. I love the cinematography. This movie has to win Best Cinematography. Visual effects are so interesting. They're so gripping, and the music is a throwback, and just this movie was, when it comes to a filmmaking standpoint, was absolutely masterful. So now we're on my top 5, guys. These top 5 are freaking hard. Like legit, my top tier this year is the top half of my list. Like all 5 of these movies I freaking love. But number 5, I'm gonna say my boy, Spider-Man. Legit though, Spiderman Homecoming was probably the biggest, almost every movie has a title for me in this list. Spider-Man Homecoming was my dessert this year. It was such a treat. It was the biggest like satisfaction I had from a movie this year when it came to just me as a fanboy. Last year was Civil War. This year was Homecoming. I was so happy with Homecoming. Tom Holland gives us the best Peter Parker / Spider-Man we have seen on screen, at least to me. And the setting and universe, whatever that Spider-Man is here in, it's such a different one we've never seen before. And it's a different version of the character we've never seen. Him being a rookie and trying to prove his place in the world instead of just, you know, the usual loner Spider-Man jazz. This was hands down one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, and I am so glad that it came to us and that Marvel Studios has our boy. Freaking awesome job. Now, number 4, continuing with the titles here. Number 4 might be my most entertaining movie of the year. Like, I was just stupidly entertained with this movie, and I recently saw it. Baby Driver. Baby Driver, I really wish I saw earlier on in the year so I could have watched it another time or two, because this movie might have my most rewatch value of this list. I freaking just love how much fun I had with it. Both number 4 and 3 in this list have, to me, like the most notable directorial style, like styles from the directors. Edgar Wright, he puts his style in this movie. The editing was freaking amazing, and the writing was very quirky, but also just awesome writing, and the cast delivers so freaking well. Jamie Foxx, Kevin Spacey, and so on. Like, every character in this movie I really liked. I remembered them. They weren't a disposable character at all during moments in this movie, at least, you know, the main ones that you spend time with. I had so much fun with this movie. I describe it as stupidly entertaining. That's what I describe Baby Driver as, and it is my spot at number 4. Now, number 3, this is the most recent movie I saw on this list, and I strongly regret not watching this movie in IMAX, Dunkirk. Dunkirk is a story of thousands of troops. They're all trying to get out of Dunkirk. This is not a war movie. That's the thing. When I first saw the trailers of this, I was like, oh, another World War II movie. That's cool. But it's a thriller / survival movie that takes place in the time of World War II. The sound design of this movie is absolutely flawless. Like, I am rooting for this movie when it comes to sound design. And the cinematography is absolutely gorgeous, and both of those things make me really wish I saw it in IMAX, because a lot of it is shot with IMAX, and the sound is freaking crazy to listen to in IMAX, so I just really regret not doing that. But I could see why a lot of people have their problems with the movie, because it doesn't give us fleshed out characters, but the movie accomplishes what I believe Christopher Nolan set out to do, which was make you feel like you are experiencing this event through these different perspectives, and you are experiencing Dunkirk. Hands down, Dunkirk, I felt the most immersed in this year. Now, number 2, I can solidify this as number 2, because my number 1, you'll find out, but number 2 is Get Out. I was very engaged in this movie. There's all these things, like the fan, I had so many different titles. I had all these things, but Get Out to me, I was like from start to finish locked in. I don't know whether to call it a horror movie or not because it actually does have genuine comedy in it. And it's a really good psychological thriller. If I classify this movie as something, it would be a psychological thriller with some comedic bits in it. But it's not about the comedy. I don't mean to make it sound like that. This movie, from start to finish, you were trying to figure out what the frick is going on because there's something sketchy going on with these people. And once you find out what it is like the movie says, you gotta get the freak out of there. Like, no joke. This movie does a great job with its delivery of, you know, lines, the music, the tension. There's so much tension in this movie. And you know, there's two different endings, and I personally actually like the alternate ending more, but both endings are really satisfying. It's just, I 100% recommend Get Out if you haven't seen it yet. It wasn't a big mainstream movie, but damn was it freaking good. And before I say my number one, I will give a couple honorable mentions. These movies are really hard not to put on this list. I wish they were on this list, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments maybe about it, as well as other movies that aren't on it. First off, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was so freaking good. I really loved it as a movie, and it was such a great thing to see a female lead for once as in a superhero movie, especially Wonder Woman, and it turned out great. Kingsman: The Golden Circle as well. That movie, in no way am I gonna justify it as being a great film, but I just had a lot of fun with it. It was really entertaining, and it really was a sequel to the first one that you could tell. I believe his name is Matthew Vaughn, directs it, and just, he has his style, and I love it. And then the biggest controversial one that, this is where I know my comments might blow up. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, it's like I said, everybody has their opinions, and it being an honorable mention, like I said, I wanted to put it on the list. I really, really did, but putting it over specifically what's at 9 and 10, I was like tossing and turning, but just, I still really like The Last Jedi. I really liked it a lot and enjoyed it, and I want to see it again. Now, what was my number one? All the movies I watched this year, I continuously didn't compare, but I just continuously told people throughout the year that I had a favorite film. And as we get to the last few days of the year, I still feel that this movie was my favorite film. Nothing topped it to me. Logan. Logan was so fucking good. Whether you're a fan, whether you're a newcomer, whether you just want to see a good film, no matter what, the thing about this movie is that it's another Dark Knight to me. It breaks the superhero genre and mold to make just a good film. You don't have to have seen X-Men, you don't have to have done this or that. You know, it really helps because you know the character and you're more attached to the characters, but this was Hugh Jackman's best performance as freaking Logan / Wolverine. I wish that he would get some award season love, but I doubt he will because it's a superhero movie, but he kills it in this freaking role, as well as Patrick Stewart and the little girl. It is not a superhero action blockbuster. It is a drama. It's a drama. It's a thriller. It's about family. It's about life and living life. And oh my God. I have seen this movie more than any other movie on this list, and every time I see it, I am just in such appreciation, as well as entertainment and emotions, all the above. All the previous things I said, this is the balance of all of them. Logan is my pick for my favorite movie of the year. So those are my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. I know there's gonna be agreements or disagreements. Just let me know your thoughts down below. It's totally fine. I would love the interaction because this year was a very interesting year when it comes to movies. And, you know, maybe people will be mad that, oh, Ragnarok's not on your Last Jedi and a lot of stuff. Hey, my list. But like I said, I just love to hear the thoughts down below, and I'll comment off of a lot of them. So thank you so much for watching this, guys. I hope that this year was a really good one for you, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. And in honor of the holidays, check out the outro card here, especially if you're new. And guys, I will see you in the next video of next year.